My name's Jeff St Laurent. This is the Live Tuesday show, and I am, as always, thrilled to be here. And today we got a big topic, and that's how to present yourself in your business. And we're going to talk all about presentation in terms of yourself, in terms of the stage. If you're on video like this is my stage. If you go to my office, in terms of the way we speak, our branding, our materials online, things like that. So it's really, really important stuff, that some things that you want to consider moving forward. Before we do that, I do record all of these live shows and I put them in my Selling Coaching University at sellingcoaching.com. So go ahead, check that out. Right under the university, a lot of great resources, and one of my best resources as well, right on the homepage of sellingcoaching.com, is the Ultimate Startup Guide for New Coaches. So if you enter your name and email, you'll get a copy of that. It's an audio resource, and it's a PDF resource that accompanies that as well. So definitely check that out. And when you enter your name and email, that's going to put you in my email community. I want you on there. Just a lot of great stuff I'm putting out there every week, a lot of great content, makes things that make you think as well. But also I want you to be aware of how I market myself via email in terms of communication with my audience. So with that being said, a lot of stuff going on and a lot of great stuff I'm going to bring you to today, and that's how do we present ourselves. This is a big topic that a lot of people overlook. Coaches will think about this in terms of presentation, but they don't put much further into it. And so there's a couple things I want to start to address, and I'm going to start in terms of the categories. I'm going to talk about yourself. I'm going to talk about your branding in terms of your materials, like anything that you put online, your website, things like that. And then I'm going to talk about staging in terms of like if you're doing videos or live shows like this. So first, let's talk about you. And one of the things I want to talk about you is that you are the brand. We are the brand. You know, when I hear people, coaches, or I see them online, they're typing things and they're saying like, oh, I hired a branding specialist. You know, like, I don't know what they're doing and why you're hiring a branding specialist, because you're the brand, right? You're the brand. Your message is the brand. You know, other than picking, colors that, that you like, that go with it, don't put too much more thought into it. Like your message is the brand. You go to sellingcoaching.com, and I help coaches transition to a full-time business. I focus on selling, and I relate everything back to that, help them with their structure and stuff. But I mean, I got a little logo and I picked some colors, but the branding is me, is a picture of me, and like I'm the message. So you're the message. So in terms of your branding, what I want you to think about is how you present yourself, right? And there's an energy to branding that's not just like, oh, my logo and my colors. Branding is a look, an image, a feel. And that's where you come into it. So we want to think about how you present. Let's talk first about how you look, right? And I'm not going to say like, oh, you look ugly or you look beautiful, or, like we're not going to judge how you look. But the one thing is you have to recognize is people are going to judge how you look. Now, you can't help that, right? So what I am saying is in terms of your physical appearance, just do your best to present, and if you will, put your best foot or face forward, if you will. Like before I go on these calls, like I'm not just in my pajamas or like in a t-shirt. Like this is technically a t-shirt. It's a Gap t-shirt, but it's not like I've got a branded, like Under Armour or things like that. If I'm on with my clients or I'm doing my group calls or things like that, I'm not going to come on like a slob, but it's during the workday and things like that. But if I'm doing a live presentation like this, especially a live event like this virtually, even if it's recorded, to me is no different than being on stage at a live event, and I'm not going to show up at a live event just wearing what I wore this morning or to what I worked out with this morning, right? I'm going to put on something a little bit nicer. You don't have to wear a collared shirt necessarily. So you want to think about that. Like also like when I talk about selling as an example, like I don't want to be in a suit and a tie and a collared shirt on purpose, because there's a stereotype with selling that I don't want to be associated with. And I know in terms of a look perception, if you went to my website and I'm sitting there with a suit and a tie, looking all uptight in my suit, and then you see selling coaching, there's going to be an association with the pressured salesperson or the stereotypical salesperson, which they don't do it like that. I don't want to do it like that. So I'm a bit more casual and more relaxed, and that's the way I want to be. But I don't want to look like a slob, so I trimmed, I did my hair a little bit. I mean, it's different for guys versus girls, but I just want you to think about this. I'm not saying you got to get all decked up, ladies, and, do this great makeup and things like that, but just whoever you are, just present yourself. I'm a big advocate, as you know, of those of you that are in my private Facebook group, Selling Coaching private Facebook group. If you want to get there, sellingcoaching.com, right at the top of every page, it takes you right there. But I do a lot of stuff with videos. We did Facebook Live challenges. We've done video challenges in the past, like a visibility challenge. And it's like I see a lot of people, and it's like, you know what? If you're going to shoot a video, like, don't shoot a video in your car or just like in the corner closet in like coming home from the gym, just wearing your gym clothes. Like, just, you're a professional coach that you're wanting people to pay you thousands of dollars for, if they were to hire you. So look the part. That's all I'm saying, is look the part. So just take notice of those things. Take notice of, what does my hair look like? What does my face look like? What does my makeup look like if you wear makeup, Those are some things that you want to think about. And those are like look pieces, I'm not saying, oh, you got to get to the gym and lose some weight or things like that, but consider it. If you're not feeling good about yourself, I'm not saying that, oh, if you're overweight or if you feel like you're heavy or et cetera like that, you shouldn't be doing any of this stuff. No, it's you, but like, do it. But I'm saying, like, if you want to do that stuff, like, get to the gym, go work out, not because of that, but you're just going to feel better, right? When you feel better, you look better because you're more confident, right? And it's going to show up in your posture. It's going to show up in the way you present yourself and just the way you speak. And those are some of the things that I want you to think about. It's not just your looks. That's if you will, that's a part of it, like I just said. So just tend to it a little bit, right? In terms of dress, in terms of things like that. But then think about your posture, like right now, like I'm in my seat, right? But I'm sitting upright. Like I'm not casual. I'm not like slouched back. I'm not, you know what I mean? Things like that. Or it could be sitting back like this. Like I always put my chair upright, and I'm like literally sitting on the edge of my seat. I would almost want to do these standing up, but just the way my computer works doesn't have it there. But it's a presentation, so I want you to get into it. So you think about your posture, think about your eye contact in terms of when you're doing things live or even virtually like this. Like right now, I'm in my office by myself, but I'm looking at my camera. Not 100% of the time. I might look down, I glance at the screen or whatever. I just naturally speaking, you naturally just look around, your eyes go off to the side. It's a natural piece of speaking. But when you're presenting, especially virtually like this, you got to look at the camera, have eye contact with the person. It's hard when you're doing a video, like, and if I'm talking like this, like right now, I'm not looking at you. What I'm doing is I'm looking at myself on the computer screen. And how does it feel from a viewer's perspective, right? There's a disconnect there, right? Or if I'm looking around, or if I'm looking at notes, or I'm looking at something like that, I'm not looking at you. So compare what's just happening right now to right now. The difference is where I'm looking at you and I'm connecting with you. Part of the value of doing a video like this, so that's a live or the recording, wherever you're at on this, is a simple fact that is people going to get to know you better. They're going to connect with you better than they would if it was just something written, right? Or something that's just like a picture, right? We were going to connect with them more. So think about that eye contact. Those are some things that we could be doing from a posture standpoint, an energy standpoint. I'm not going to say, talk with your hands. I talk with my hands. It's a natural piece of it, but get into the spot where you can get into what you're talking about and show your passion and show your enthusiasm, whatever format that you're presenting yourself with. So that's what I just want to cover with you. Just be cognizant of that. Now in terms of, let's talk about, let's say, your branding, your website, first of all, or anything, let's say, social media. This would also go into any materials that you have if you're doing face-to-face live events. If you do have business cards, I'm not a big fan of business cards. I just don't think they're necessary nowadays. And sellingcoaching.com, under the university, in the search feature, type in business cards. You'll find like a 3-minute video I did on business cards. So you kind of a better strategy for it. But if you're going to have any materials, if you're going to be sending any materials virtually, like a brochure, or you're getting something printed up, like, you got to think about professional, like, yes, you can do them yourself, and there's things like Canva and WordSwag and other programs that you can do your own branding and material, especially website. There's Wix, there's Weebly, WordPress, and there's stuff you can do on your own. But what I'm going to say about that is you're a business. So if you're going to expect people to pay you thousands of dollars to work with you, I'm not saying you need to spend thousands of dollars on a website and all these brochures and all these materials. What I'm saying is do them right. So I've got people, and I see people that do websites all on their own all the time. And when you look at your website, you've got to have a realistic thing. Is my website like a do it? Can someone tell that I did it? You know, if someone can tell that you did it and you're not a professional, then you need to have someone do it for you. And I recognize that there's budgets, right? And not everyone has money to put into a website and do this and get a microphone and get a camera and get a new laptop or desktop computer and buy, the subscription to lead pages and all this stuff, right? I'm not saying you got to spend money necessarily. What I'm saying is that you've got to consider what type of capital you have for your business. Because at the end of the day, I've got people that I know they're going through coaching schools, right? Coaching schools are great. I graduated from a coaching school called IPEC. Fantastic school. I'd highly recommend that to people. So they're spending, let's say 10 grand or so to go to school, right? They're spending hiring coaches or mentors like myself, and there's some programs that are out there that are $5,000, $10,000 or thousands of dollars in coaches, right? And then when it comes to their business, it's like they can't spend $1,000 to get a professional website done. You can't spend $50 on a webcam or get a better microphone, as an example, or spend another $1,000, $1,200 on a new computer that works. You know what I mean? That's functional, or spend another $10, $20 a month on a faster internet speed, so you actually have HD, video broadcasting or filming. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, all those things, I know they add up, right? But they're also small costs. So if you got $100, $150 a month in costs for your business, plus startup costs of whatever, $1,000 for a website or something like that, it's not a lot of startup capital for a business. And if you're sitting here telling me you want to create a full-time income from a full-time coaching business, but we can't put aside, a certain amount of, and I'm not talking a lot of money, $100, $150 a month for some things that we need, and then another, let's say, call it $1,000 for a website and for some other things maybe that we need, like a laptop, if we need a new computer or a new camera, maybe some lighting. I shut this light off. Shut my light off. Look at this is my light. I'm all grainy and it looks like crap. So I got a light. I turn that on, and all of a sudden things look better. And I didn't spend any money on that. That was just a fluorescent light that I flipped around the other way, dropped down with some screws. It looks a little ghetto from my point of view, but it looks great on camera, so you can't see it. So it's just little things like that aren't big money, but are going to make a difference in the presentation. And those are the things I want you to be cognizant of. And if you're serious about your business, again, a little bit goes a long way, and it's going to reflect in people's perception of you. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but people judge a book by its cover. They're going to judge you by your cover. So if they get to your website and it's a home job, they listen or watch one of your videos or your materials, and it's obviously homemade, or you're just sitting at home, and you got your dirty laundry in the background and your closet doors open, and it just looks like, I'll say it, you live in the ghetto, and nothing wrong with the ghetto. Live in the ghetto, it's fine. I'm not saying you need to have this like rich, beautifully manicured home and things like that. It's just like, but think about the things that we're doing. And that brings me to not only your branding and your materials, but like the stage. And that's what I'm talking about here. This is my stage. This is my office, right? And so wherever you're filming, whatever you're doing with those that information there it's like, just think about that stuff. Like, when I moved my office recently, but I'm like, this is my office. This is where I work from every day. As you can see in the background, I'm like, I got my little seat back there that I sit on sometimes when I'm with clients. I got my, my library bookcase, and I just got some, I don't know, like flowers back there, whatever. Like, it just, I don't know. I think it's not anything extravagant, but it's not like a closet door that's open or things like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, make it nice. And that's not like, maybe you need a new coat of paint on your room. You know what I mean? Like go buy some paint and do a fresh coat of paint, like a good color, and, just arrange it a few things, put a motivational quote on the wall, put some flowers and that's it. Like, that's all it is, And clean your room up. Like, I'll show you, like, I'm in my office right now, and we're doing a bathroom in our house, and all of the junk for the bathroom stuff that's waiting to be put in is in my office, right? But you don't see it right now, but I'll be transparent and go like, you look over here, there's all this crap. There's my closet that's open, right? This is over by the bookcase. There's a mirror that's waiting to be put up. Behind that, there's a toilet. There's a red Foreman grill on the ground that I'm selling on on Facebook Marketplace. And there's lights waiting to be put in, on the ground tomorrow when the electrician comes in, right? But you don't see that stuff, right? I mean, that stuff's not normally there, but it's there right now, and that's okay. But just push that side off to the side. So just be aware of those things when you're filming, and just hold yourself to a higher standard, because these are all the things that go into a buying decision. The fact is we're human, right? We're no different. I'm no different than you, right? You know, I've been doing this longer, but it doesn't mean I'm any different than you. I'm a coach too. I have my own challenges and things like that, but it doesn't mean you're highlighting all those things. It's just like, present yourself well, right? So those are the main things I want to focus on today. And it just, like, kind of a quick recap is just, what can you do with yourself, you know? And again, and just taking a look in terms of how you look, the energy, your posture, eye contact, and then also just, and remember, don't ever, I came from the fitness industry. Don't ever underestimate the power of just working out, and just not even so much from I'm going to lose some weight perspective. Like, that's a great side effect, but just so you can start feeling better about yourself. Like in mornings when I don't work out and I come and I do these things with my clients, I'm still there. I still put myself out there, but I don't feel as vibrant and as alive when I do my morning workout. It's just a different piece there, you know? And then the second or third thing is, just to recap, is the branding piece, is really taking a look at your branding materials. And you know what? It's not about just dropping money and like, oh, I'm going to spend $3,000 on a website. You know, you don't need to spend $3,000 on a website. You know, I recommend someone called Lynn Coffey, and she's fantastic, and she's under $1,000. It's a $50 a month thing. Or I think it's $97 a month now, that she, for a maintenance piece. But I'm like, you got a fantastic website, and it's professional and it's functional. It works, right? So you don't need to spend thousands of dollars. So be conscientious of any materials you're putting out there, and then just be aware of the stage that you have and that you're in front of, and just make some small changes, and don't go overboard on it. You know, I know some people that are like, oh my God, and you know, and they're buying all these lights on eBay or you know, and they're trying to like go crazy with it. It's like, but just with a little bit of money for a good web camera, probably number one thing you can do is upgrade your internet service, like I said, and like those things can go a long way in terms of quality. And then also, last thing is anything that you're producing on your own. Like I produce my live Tuesday shows, my live Tuesday calls that I have. So if you go to my university under the sellingcoaching.com under the university, I have all those calls there. So I produce the audio. I don't edit much audio, but I just chop the ends off or whatever. And then I, you know, add in some graphics. I have the music and stuff like that. Like I've done that myself, and I can do that stuff. So it looks professional, but not like, you know, like over the top professional, you know, but it can present well, you know. But if you can't do some of that stuff, it's like hire someone or figure out how to do it, but just make sure the end product, if you don't have an eye for detail, some people have an eye for detail. Like I have an eye for detail. Small things will bother me. Like where I am with the camera, like it's OCD. All right. You got me, right? And I'm happily OCD. So if you're not happily OCD and for an eye for a detail and things like that, then get someone who is, you know, and get someone who's a little bit picky, who's willing to tell you like, yeah, your videos look like crap. Or, you know, I get some clients that come to me and I can tell they're, you know, OCD or picky because they're asking me, you know, what web camera do you use? What do you recommend here? You know, all those details. So start paying attention to more of those details. And here's the thing, to not overwhelm you moving forward, of all the things I spoke about, don't try and tackle all of them at once. Pick one, like one category. What's one thing you could do? Okay, take the dirty laundry out of the camera, or just adjust a chair, or close your closet doors, right? Or get better lighting, or maybe you get a better camera, you know, maybe you shave, right? Or maybe you put a different shirt on the next video that you do. Maybe, you know, maybe you're not going to shoot a video from a car. Maybe that's a pet peeve of mine. It's like, why do I want to watch you in your car doing a Facebook Live video? Like, and you're a professional coach and I'm going to hire you for thousands of dollars? Like, no, just wait till you get home and spend 5 minutes in your little office studio or wherever and film a good video. You know, that's what I'm saying to you. If you're in a place where you know you want some help or you need some help with your business, whether it's the structure part or figuring things out, I'm available for one-on-one mentor coaching. If you're considering that or open to considering that, go to sellingcoaching.com, go to the Work With Me page, fill out the form at the bottom. Just be open about where you're at and what you're looking for. I will follow up with you. I will call you and we'll have a brief conversation and let's just see where it goes. Even if you're like, I don't even quite know that I'm there yet, or if I even want to do this and I'm scared, it's just like, I just want to encourage you to just fill the form out and let's talk about that. This isn't going to be a call where I'm going to ask you to hire me. And it's just like, I just want to see where you're at. I just want to see what you're struggling with. If you've got some questions around that and you're not quite sure where to go, maybe I just point you to a few resources. But either way, I want to get a feel for where you're at. Go to the Work With Me page, sellingcoaching.com. Go to the bottom, fill that form out. I'll connect with you. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.